Hey guys, it's Lori, and I am driving home from having dinner with my son and thought I would take you on the ride home and explain how I started with the process of buying my manufactured house, or my mobile home as I call it. Started a long time ago. My son, over 10 years ago, went away to school in San Francisco. We lived in Southern California, and he went away to school in San Francisco, and when he was done, he moved even further north to a pretty small town. At the time, it's a lot bigger now, but at the time it was a pretty small little town, and would always say how great the people were up here and how much I would love it if I lived here and so on. Well, that was nice, but his sister was still in school in Southern California, and I wasn't going to pull her out of school and move away. So I could not move until my daughter had graduated and figured out what she was going to do with her life. So fast forward 8 or 9 years, and I was working for a company for 16 years, and they pulled some shady stuff that I didn't really care for, so I decided I was going to plan on moving, that it was a good time. My daughter was kind of settled in what she was going to do, and I just was tired of dealing with the people I worked for. So I ended up saving money, which wasn't a lot of money, but I had to save enough money to buy my place, and I found a realtor and would fly to Northern California to look at different mobile homes. Originally, I wanted to buy a new mobile home and put it on a small piece of land, but I realized pretty quickly that the cost of land up here is a lot, you know, unless I just completely moved to another county. So that wasn't going to work. So then my next thought was, well, I was 55 years old, and I could move to a senior mobile home park if I could find a house I liked. And I looked and looked, and no, there was nothing I liked. And the senior mobile home parks here in Northern California have rent control, at least in the county I live in, which is Sonoma County. They have rent control for seniors, so that's really nice. It was a good to know. And I eventually saw my place on the MLS listing and thought, this looks like it might be a good thing. I called my realtor, made plans to fly up, and looked at the house. It was listed for $82,000, 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,150 square feet, and both bathrooms were remodeled, the kitchen was remodeled, and so I thought, this is going to be just fine for me. So there were several people getting ready to place bids on the place, so my realtor suggested I offer more than the selling price. So I offered $92,000, and they accepted my offer. The reason we did the over was to knock out any of the other potential buyers, which is exactly what happened. So they accepted my offer of $92,000, and then after we had the inspections and all that stuff, I asked for a $2,000 rebate to redo the floors, not because anything was structurally wrong with them, but they weren't, I didn't like the way that they were. There was a lot of crazy different flooring changes, and it just looked weird to me. So they gave me $2,000 off. So I ended up paying $90,000 for mine. Now, my space rent is $522. My mortgage is $493. And then water, sewer, trash, electricity, and gas are all included with my rent bill. So that $522 for the space goes up to anywhere between $700 and $850 at the most. I think $850 is the most, and that's when it's summertime and the air conditioning's on all the time, because it gets pretty hot here some days. So with mobile home loans, for me, I found that you have to put down 25%. So I put down close to $25,000. And sorry, I am not distracted by talking when I'm driving, just so you guys know. I have Bluetooth in my car, so I'm used to talking on the phone while I'm driving. So it's kind of like I'm talking on the phone when I'm talking to you guys. I know, I hope that makes sense. Anyway, so I put down about $25,000 with all the closing costs and everything, and it went into a 30-day escrow, and that was it. I wasn't able to move up immediately, so I was paying rent in Orange County, which was $22.75, so almost $2,300 a month for that house, which was a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house where, you know, pretty much my kids grew up in that city, so that's where we were. My parents live nearby there, so that's the only real bummer about this, is that I did move away from my parents, who I'm very close to, and my daughter, who I love dearly, but she just refused to move up here. She doesn't want to live up here. She didn't want to leave her friends, and she didn't want to leave her job, so I get it. I hope you can see the scenery. It's dusk now, and these are I'm coming into the country roads right now. So escrow closed, and the week before we were to move, I let the company that I was working for know that I was quitting. I didn't have to give them notice. It was my own business. I was just a manufacturer's rep, and I was selling their product for 16 years. So at that point, my boyfriend, who we've been together a long time, he is 9 years younger than me. So he agreed that I could quit my job and that he would pay our bills. Now, I should say that we don't have a lot of bills. I think I've managed our money pretty well for, you know, the last 15 years we've been together. And, you know, I just tried to not incur a lot of debt, you know. Didn't want car payments, didn't want credit card bills, all that kind of stuff. Now, I mean, yeah, there's some now, but it's not that much. So anyway, he agreed to work, and I was the main breadwinner for the bulk of our relationship. So I think he's fine with me not working full-time anymore. I ended up not working for a whole year when we got here, and then just kind of out of boredom, I decided to get a part-time job, and it's been really fun. It kind of put me in the community. I was able to meet my neighbors, and it's just been pretty fun, actually. So I enjoy my part-time job, which is 20 hours a week, and we're doing fine because our living expenses have literally been cut down more than half of what we were paying down in Southern California. So the time came, it was time to move. We got a rental truck. We sold pretty much all of our furniture because we didn't want to rent a big truck and move a bunch of furniture up here. I thought, well, when we get there, I can just, since I'm not working, I can go and set up the house and get new furniture, which I'm going to say was not a good idea, simply because we didn't have any furniture for like a month, probably. We had a bed, but really really that was it. We had a bed, and I think we had a patio set and a TV. So we kind of made do with that until I was able to find the furniture I wanted, and I'll show you all that stuff. I'll show you all that stuff soon. I'll take out a little tour of the house, but yeah, I wouldn't really recommend that. It makes for an uncomfortable situation unless you're super decisive. I personally am an indecisive person, so every piece of furniture I looked at and measured and weighed, it was kind of a nightmare, honestly. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it. But anyway, and I gotta say that when we got there and opened up the back of that moving truck, I just choked up and thought to myself, what in the hell did I do? Because I am a city girl, born and raised in the city. I've worked in the city, and I know that I wanted a more peaceful existence. I wanted to be closer to nature and not pavement. But, you know, it's a scary thing. It is a very scary thing. So when that truck opened up and I saw what was in the truck, I kind of just thought, what in the world did I do? Thankfully, that didn't last for long, and I'm perfectly fine now. But it was different. So anyway, that's it for now. I want to tell you guys, I do not know how to edit videos. I do not know how to put filters on. I don't know how to do anything like that. I just pretty much upload the video to YouTube and hope it turns out okay. So if you guys have any suggestions or comments, please leave them below. Just because I really don't know what I'm doing, but I think that this would be really fun for me. I like to talk. I like to visit. I like to look at things. I like to interact with people. So please, if you can, it would be nice if you would subscribe and follow me on this journey. There's so much more to talk about, and I want to be helpful to anybody who's thinking about buying a mobile home or a manufactured home in a park, and see if I can help somebody out there. I mean, it's been really, really super overwhelming, but it's been really super fun too. I really appreciate everything that I have, and I feel pretty blessed to be living this life now while I'm still young. My daughter was just here for a week. I was able to take a week off of work, and we did a lot of fun stuff. We went to the Redwoods. I live in Northern California, so we went to the Redwoods. We went to San Francisco. We went to some local gardens here. We just did a lot of fun stuff. We had a lot of fun things planned, but it was very casual fun. So that was nice. And she was here for almost a week, like I said, so it was great. And I think that's about it. I think it's getting pretty dark here now, so I'm almost home. But I will upload this, and hopefully I will talk to you guys soon. Thanks, and have a really good night. Bye-bye.